Hi, my name is Emma. Last Saturday, something surprising happened at the park. It started as a normal, happy day. The sun was shining, the sky was blue. I went to the park with my best friend, Sarah. We saw kids playing, families eating picnics, and an ice cream man shouting, "Ice cream! Ice cream!" Sarah and I laughed and walked along the path. We talked, made jokes, and enjoyed the nice weather. Everything felt perfect, but then something went wrong. Something important got lost, and that's when the adventure began. We sat under the big tree. The grass was soft, and the wind felt nice on our faces. I took a deep breath and looked around. Everything felt peaceful. Then I touched my neck and smiled. I was wearing something very special. Sarah noticed and asked, "Hey, what are you smiling about?" "Look, my mom gave me this necklace for my birthday." "Wow, that's beautiful. The stone is so shiny. Is it real?" "Yes, it's real silver. It used to belong to my grandma. My mom gave it to me last week. She said I'm becoming a young lady." "That's amazing, Emma. It must be really special to you." "It is. When I wear it, I feel close to both my mom and grandma, like they're right here with me." "Wow, that's really sweet. But you should be careful. You don't want to lose it." "Don't worry, I won't. I love it too much." Maybe you should put it in your pocket when we start running around. You always run like a wild rabbit." "No way. If I put it in my pocket, it might fall out. I feel better when it's around my neck. It's like my lucky charm." Okay, but don't say I didn't warn you. Hey, let me touch it for luck too." "Here you go. Touch the magic silver." "I hope it brings us a fun day." "And no trouble." "Fingers crossed." After resting under the big shady tree, Sarah and I jumped up, ready to play. First, we ran to the swings. We pumped our legs and flew higher and higher. The wind rushed past our faces. We laughed so loud, people nearby looked and smiled. Then we raced down the path. Our feet hit the ground fast. Sarah was quick, but I was sure I could win. "I'm faster!" I shouted. "No way!" Sarah yelled back, laughing. We ran and ran, then finally stopped near a bench to catch our breath. I leaned over, breathing hard. Then suddenly, my hand touched my neck. Something was wrong.
My necklace, I gasped. It's gone. Sarah turned quickly. What? Gone? Are you sure? I nodded, my eyes wide. My fingers felt only skin. It was here. I wore it all day. Now it's gone. Sarah's face turned serious. Oh no, maybe it fell while we were running. I felt my chest tighten. This necklace is really important. My mom gave it to me. It belonged to my grandmother. We have to find it, Sarah. Tears started to build in my eyes. Sarah put her hand on my shoulder. We'll find it. I promise. Let's go back to the tree first. Maybe it fell while we were sitting. We hurried back, eyes scanning the grass. I checked under the tree, beside the roots, even in the grass where we sat. Nothing. Sarah bit her lip. Okay, let's not give up. Let's check the swings. Maybe it came off there. We ran to the swing set. I looked all around, the grass, the sand, even under the swing seats. No necklace.
Then we checked under the slide. Still nothing. Next, we ran to the ice cream cart. A man was buying 2 cones. I stepped forward. Excuse me, sir, did you see a silver necklace on the ground? He looked around and shook his head kindly. No, I'm sorry. I didn't see anything.
My heart sank. I felt a heavy lump in my chest. What if we can't find it? I whispered. Sarah looked at me gently. Don't think that way. We'll find it. We just have to keep going. I wiped my eyes and nodded slowly. Okay, together. We joined hands. The search wasn't over. Sarah and I walked quickly through the park, our eyes scanning the ground. My heart was pounding in my chest. Every time I saw something shiny, I felt a tiny spark of hope. But it was always just a bottle cap, a candy wrapper, or a coin. Not my necklace. I bit my lip and said, Sarah, maybe someone picked it up. Maybe it's gone forever. Sarah stopped and looked at me. She shook her head firmly. No, Emma, don't say that. We'll ask people. Someone might have seen it. So we began asking. We walked to a family having a picnic. I stepped forward and asked, Excuse me, did you see a silver necklace on the ground? The mother looked around, then shook her head gently. No, I'm sorry, but I hope you find it soon. Then we walked to a man sitting alone. Sarah spoke this time. Sorry to bother you. Did you see a necklace here on the grass? The man smiled kindly and said, No, little girl, I didn't see one. But good luck. I hope you find it. We thanked him and walked on. I felt my stomach twist. "Nobody's seen it," I whispered. Sarah stayed strong. "Let's try the path where we raced. Just one more check." We moved slowly along the path, searching every spot, near the flowers, under a bench, even beside a tree stump. Still nothing. I stopped walking. "Sarah, what if it's really gone?" Sarah gently took my hand and said, "Then we keep looking a little more. Sometimes good things show up when you least expect them." Her words gave me a tiny bit of hope. And so we kept going. Just when I felt like giving up, I heard a small voice behind me. "Excuse me, did someone lose a necklace?" Sarah and I turned around quickly. A little boy stood near the bench, holding something shiny in his hand. My eyes grew wide. It was my necklace. I gasped and ran toward him. "Yes, that's mine. You found it." He smiled shyly and held it out. "I saw it on the grass, near the swings. I didn't know who it belonged to." I took the necklace gently and held it close to my heart. My hands were shaking a little. "Thank you," I said, tears in my eyes. "You don't know how much this means to me. It was a gift from my mom. I thought I lost it forever." Sarah clapped her hands and smiled. "You saved the day." Emma was so worried. The boy looked proud. "I'm glad I could help." I looked at him kindly. "You're very kind, really. Thank you." Sarah added, "Yes, you're a hero." The boy laughed and waved. "Bye." Then he ran off to join his friends on the playground. I turned to Sarah, smiling so wide it made my cheeks hurt. "I can't believe it. I really have my necklace again." Sarah laughed with relief. "See, I told you not to give up. Sometimes helpers appear when you least expect them." I looked at the necklace shining in my hand. It wasn't just a necklace anymore. It was a reminder of family, of friendship, and of never losing hope. I held my necklace tightly in my hand and smiled. The fear in my heart slowly melted away. I looked at Sarah with eyes full of thanks. "You were right," I said. "Good friends never give up. Thank you for helping me." Sarah grinned and bumped my shoulder playfully. "Of course, that's what best friends are for." I nodded, and today I learned something really important. She tilted her head, curious. "What's that?" I looked at the necklace, then back at her. "This necklace is special to me, but friendship and kindness are even more precious. Without you and that little boy, I would still be crying." Sarah smiled warmly. "And don't forget, maybe next time put the necklace in your pocket before we run around like wild animals." I laughed. Yes, Lesson learned. I'll be more careful. The sky was turning orange and pink as the sun began to set. We started walking home side by side.
The park was quiet now. Birds were singing their last songs. The wind was soft and cool. I took a deep breath and felt calm. I wasn't just happy because I found my necklace. I was happy because I had a friend who didn't leave my side, and a kind stranger who wanted to help. And hope that even when things go wrong, something good can still happen. I whispered to myself, I'll never forget this day. A little bit of kindness, a good friend, and hope can make all the difference. We walked on, hand in hand. The day was ending, but the memory would stay with me forever.